It's a brisk morning here at Upper Montclair Sprague Field, where the Montclair State men's lacrosse team is hosting the Southwestern men's lacrosse team. I'm Matt Boucher alongside Vincent Picone. It's senior day here at Upper Montclair. Vincent, how we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. A great day for some men's lacrosse here at Montclair. Cannot wait to get started. We got a team all the way from Texas joining us today on a special senior day.
It is a special senior day, 2024. 8 seniors are being honored right now, just before the game starts. Those seniors are as the following: David Driscoll, Brandon Shevins, Jack Cleary, Jeff Felter, Mike Pavolo, Lucas Novak, Darren Mayer, and Aiden Maxwell. So these are all guys that we've been able to see their careers progress over the past 4 seasons. And Vincent, what does senior day mean to the families here and the family and friends watching back at home?
Well, I think it means so much. You watch you watch different players build their career up, and now here you see Jack Cleary being honored. A lot of these guys performed amazingly here at Montclair, and personally getting to see the journey build up and work forward, it's a different level of gratitude.
Yeah, Jack Cleary has been one of those guys that has really made an impact the second that he stepped foot on this Sprague field. Hometowns from Branchburg, New Jersey. Started 14 out of his 18 games last year. 14 goals, 7 assists, 35 shots. And he's probably one of the guys that we're looking out for today.
Yeah, absolutely. So far on the season, he's had 9 goals, 11 assists. He's been a little bit on a goal drought, and I think that's one of the keys to the game is they need to start. You'd love to see him on the scoring end a little bit more. He hasn't scored in the last 2 games.
Yeah, him and Ryan Verbuchen are going to be the main catalyst for this Red Hawk offense. Verbuchen, 18 goals, 10 assists for 28 points. 32 shots on goal for him so far. And this next senior, Jeff Felter, being honored for the Red Hawks from Lake Hopatong, New Jersey. One of the defenders for this team that we'll see in the starting lineup. And how important is it going to be the defense side against a Southwestern offense that looks to be really potent?
Yeah, well, the defense is another big key to this game. Montclair has struggled a little bit on their 4-game losing streak. They've given up 64 goals compared to their 33 scored. And they've only shut out a team a quarter in that entire span. So that 1 in 16 quarters. Not ideal. To shut down this team, you're going to need to really see the defense take a step up and, stop goals inside mostly.
Michael Povolo being honored. Do you know his favorite movie is Grown Ups?
It's a good pick. It's a really good pick.
He's one of those guys that you can always trust when he comes into the lineup. Last year, he appeared in 8 games, 7 ground balls, 1 caused turnover. And that's also one of the things that I've been really looking out for today is this is a Southwestern offense that has a lot of turnovers this season, has 220 turnovers in 10 games, averaging about 22 per game, and only has caused 78. So if this Montclair State team can limit the turnovers and be the ones to force those turnovers and keep possession away from the Southwestern offense that has 3 guys that have scored more than 20 goals this season, they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and they've had a little bit more game time than Montclair has this year. They've played 10 games compared to Montclair's 6 now. But the turnover ball is a big point, and you got to be able to win your battles and take the ball to the hoop.
Lucas Novak has appeared in every game so far this season from Rockaway, New Jersey. 2 goals last year, 1 assist to go along with 72 ground balls. Had 15 ground balls in 1 game against Misericordia last year. At number 33, Darren Mayer, walking out with his parents from Flemington, New Jersey. He'll be operating in the midfield. Mayer has started every single game this year and has tallied some goals this season. He had 2 in one game against FDU in the very beginning of the season, March 2nd.
And he attended Wagner College prior to coming here to Montclair, and we are grateful to have him for sure.
Yeah, 4 goals for him on the year, 1 assist. Was scoreless last game against Endicott, but tallied 1 the last 2 games prior to that. And then our final senior of the day, Aiden Maxwell. I had class with him my freshman year.
Really? What kind of student is he like?
Oh, he's a good one.
Great. Absolutely.
And there's a reason that they call these guys student athletes, because a lot of them are student first, athlete second.
Wow. Wow. It really shows you the dedication that they have to their education and to their school.
Maxwell started every game this season so far. He's a do-it-all player. Last year, he recorded 4 goals, 2 assists, 21 ground balls, caused 8 turnovers. And that will conclude the senior day presentation. We can sort of shift this towards to what we're going to be seeing today. So this is a Southwestern team that comes all the way from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They played Kane just 2 days ago, so they're on a bit of an East Coast trip, if you could say, facing multiple NJAC opponents. What sort of offense and defense are we going to be seeing from the Southwestern team?
Well, if we're seeing the same defense that we saw against Kane that they played, and if they can play a full game that they did against Kane, they won that game 24-8. And we know Kane very well. We've played them a handful of times. And it's always an offensive battle with that team. Only 8 goals is a lone battle that Montclair is really going to need to show that their offense is better than that and that they can battle through.
Yeah. And this is a Southwestern roster. We're looking at it in the pregame. That is massive. They have probably 10 more players than this Montclair State team. As we look at so far what this Montclair State men's lacrosse team has done so far this season, they opened up the year against FDU Florham, getting a win 21-3. And they also got another win in addition to that just before that in Penn College on February 24th. So they started the season off 2-0, and then in the last 4 games have come up winless, losing to the University of Scranton 12-9, Maritime College 14-9.
Mm-hmm. And they've really struggled. The closest game was the University of Scranton game for them, where they scored 3 goals in the final quarter to make it a 3-point game. But it's been a big struggle for them. They haven't been able to even reach the double-digit mark in goals scored yet. And you start off with that 2-game winning streak, you kind of get on that high note. You follow it by a 4-game losing streak, and I said it early, but 64 goals against and only 33 for them on that 4-game losing streak.
And in that last game against Endicott, it seemed like they were playing well except for that second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
After the first quarter, they were up 3-2. Second quarter, they up 8 goals and only scored 2. As we look at the 2 coaches for these 2 squads, I was looking at Bill Bauman last night, and he has an offensive prowess, and that's why I'm so excited to see this team. In 2019, he guided the greatest offense in SSAC history, breaking the SSAC single-season records for goals scored with 297. He had 189 assists for his team and totaling 486 points. So this is a guy that comes into this Southwestern program and instantly brings the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side, we know him, but Coach Matt Bosque has been amazing in his career, and he's done a lot for this Montclair team. The 2-time All-American at University of Virginia and the 2010 Major League Lacrosse MVP. I mean, you can't get any more experience than that.
Yeah, it's always helpful when you have a coach that has been there before and has done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that sort of experience. There's nothing like it.
Absolutely, and also being able to really have that player's mindset and also the coaching mindset. We see all that on the other side of Montclair with Coach DeGenhardt, who used to play. It brings another level of view and ideas to the game and to coaching.
Looks like we're going to be set for starting lineups in just a moment. We should take a look at the keys for Montclair State in this game. I was thinking about them last night, and when you really look at the comparison between these two teams, the turnovers is what really jumped out at me for Southwestern. I mentioned it before, the 220 to 78 ratio is not a sustainable number if you want to win ball games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been shown because we talked about Montclair State coming to this one on a bit of a losing streak. Southwestern is on one themselves. They're 2-8 this year, lost to Kane their last game, so they're desperately looking to get back in the win column. And for them, it's really going to be about limiting those turnovers and keeping possession against this Montclair State team.
Yeah, and I think another big key to the game is don't let even just one quarter get away from you. We saw it in that Endicott game, 8 goals in the second and even 5 in the third. You don't want to let them get away from you, because the minute that they take advantage, and we've seen teams that have been able to run away with games just with one good quarter.
So the goalies touch gloves. Will Walsh for Southwestern and Brennan Shevins for this Montclair State. Get to the rest of the starting lineups for Southwestern. Number 3, William Howell. Number 4, Cade McDonald. Number 14, Jackson Strouser. Number 16, Chris Stevick. Number 18, Logan LeBlanc. Number 24, Matt Caldwell. Number 25, Patrick Sidvatanovich. Number 35, Will Walsh, like I just mentioned. 36, Anthony Caudillo. And number 38, Caleb Sowell. As we get the first face-off, possession will be awarded to Southwestern as we get to the Montclair State men's lacrosse starting lineups. Number 1, John Crank. Number 10, Brandon Shevins. Number 17, Anthony Mounier. Number 19, Jack Cleary. Number 24, Jeff Felter. Number 28, Ryan Verbuchen. Number 33, Darren Mayer. Number 41, Patrick Burke. And number 45, senior Aiden Maxwell. As we get the action immediately, Southwestern passing it all around. Alex Hudgens going to his right. And a first shot is made by Matt Caldwell, but saved by the senior Brandon Shevins in between the two bars.
That's a good save. Sometimes you see that shot kind of gets through your legs and gets through the wickets. Able to really corral that one and start off the game on a good note.
Jack Cleary back to Aiden Maxwell. Maxwell driving inside. Pulls it back, looking for someone to pass it to. Gets it to the X position to John Crank. Almost lost it to the long stick defender Carter Woods. With the 80 or 90-second shot clock, Montclair State has time to be able to pass it around and look for the open looks.
Yeah, the only thing is you don't want to get too cocky with it. You got to be able to find an area and make your shots.
Brandon Lewandowski to Jack Cleary. Now Crank back to Cleary on the 30-yard line. With under 20 seconds on the shot clock. Still no rush from the Redhawks. 10 seconds. Ball's batted down and on the ground.
And that's just good defense right there by the Pirates, able to just keep the Redhawks out of the zone whatsoever. No good looks. No good looks.
and forcing the shot clock violation.
Absolutely.
Good start. Definitely for Southwestern. So they'll have possession in 80 seconds to work. Going up the field. This is a Montclair State defense that's experienced and that has been here before. The far side. Cade McDonald. Matthew Holtz passing it back. McDonald now using a screen. Little pick and pop. Joey Prim. Good cuts there by Matthew Swandale. Nothing given. Joey Prim again. Houts.
Another great defensive stop right there for the Redhawks.
Ball is on the ground. Southwestern comes up with it. Just 10 seconds on the shot clock. They got to go quick. Going inside and to the ground. Shot. Flag on the play.
Yeah, that looked like just took him down there. An illegal move whatsoever. But prior to that, we've seen both defensive have been stopping the opposing offense. I mean, you don't see shot clock violations that much, but right there being able to stop it immediately, getting too early, almost too early.
Just one shot so far early in this game. That was a shot on goal by Matt Caldwell. Great first name. Flag picks up ref picks up his flag at the 20-yard line. Shot clock's reset to 60. Southwestern will operate in the half field. It's Houts over on the 15. Around the world, they're passing it.
That's the first inside pass we've seen him able to stop it, get the traffic in the middle.
Southwestern's doing a good job of picking up those ground balls. And the shot saved. Or just goes wide left. Houts is closest to it, so they'll keep possession. Caldwell missed it to the left. Ground ball picked up. And Swandale gets denied by Ginch. Ginch now with the ball. He's got speed. Cutting to the right. They've got momentum now. The pass inside, the shot, and goal for Montclair State. They're up 1-0 to start the day. Ryan Verbuchen continues his incredible season here at Sprague Field.
Another goal for Verbuchen, and starting off on the right foot, you get that first goal, you set the tone.
Coming off that turnover, the counterattack, the momentum. It was a perfect attack for the Montclair State Redhawks.
And they quickly drive into the zone. They don't let the defense get set there, able to get the shot early. And if the defense does get set, you're not going to get an open shot.
Ginch picked up the ground ball and picked up assist on the season. Southwestern wins the face-off. Ginch's second assist on the year. William Howell goes to the ground, and Montclair picks up another turnover.
Playing extremely aggressive early.
It's going to be Finnan with the ball. Cody Cooper has it on the 30-yard line. Senior Jack Cleary now. Carter Finnan to the X. Now to Crank. Cooper's got it again.
Love to get one of these seniors in the scoring mix.
And another goal. Ryan Verbuchen again. Sophomore from Hillsboro. He's got a brace. 2-0 as this Montclair State extend the lead to 2.
Giving his team more of a cushion there. And the side shot on that one, that was a beauty and a half. Nice hook.
And this is really a momentum sport. Right? You can get that one goal, you start to feel more comfortable, feel that momentum shift in your favor. And this Red Hawk team is getting into a flow.
You just got to keep it rolling, though. I mean, we said it in the pregame. They've had some bad quarters, which has put them on bad routes to lose those games in the 4-game losing streak so far. You want to be the team that's able to say, we gave this team a bad quarter.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's been all Red Hawks these last few minutes. Crank. Back to Mounier. Now it's Cleary. A shot goes wide left by Verbuchen, trying to get his hat trick in the first 6 minutes of the game. Montclair would keep possession. They were closest to the ball.
He came close there, too.
Why not? Jackson Simmons over to Mounier. Now it's Crank. Ball's picked up by Cleary. The pass inside intended for Cleary goes wide, and Southwestern takes over.
A good possession, though, for the Redhawks. Showing a lot of life today.
We haven't seen much from the Southwestern offense so far this season, so far today. Going to be looking towards the likes of Cade McDonald, who has 33 goals on the season with 13 assists in just 10 games played, averaging about 4.6 points per game. Jackson Strouser, 10 games started, 24 goals, 5 assists. And Matt Caldwell has racked up 3.9 points per game so far this season. Vincent, that sounds like your GPA, right?
If it was maybe 2 less, we'd be close.
We're smart here.
Geniuses. Geniuses here at RHSN.
Have a stoppage on the field. 8:33 to go here in the first quarter. Southwestern will operate in the half field. It's Cade McDonald, the leading goal scorer for the Southwestern team. Ball's on the ground, retained by Alex Hudgens. Hudgens, a cross-field pass, goes wide. Montclair trying to grab it, can't cross at half field, so Southwestern keeps it. 50 seconds left on the shot clock. It's Hudgens. Houts. Houts working on Burge. Gets past him. The pass goes wide. Will it make it to midfield? It won't. Southwestern keeps it with half a minute left on the shot clock.
Struggling with the passes so far today, and this is a big reason why their turnover numbers are so high.
Declan O'Donnell loses it. Picked up by the Redhawks, and now they're on the run. They got numbers. Cleary using a Maxwell screen. Maxwell gets it back. The senior rushing inside, gets it to the X. Look out for Verbuchen. It's Crank. Over to Verbuchen now. Cleary driving inside. Shot deflected by Southwestern. Montclair will keep it. We're going to get the first time out of the day, taken by Southwestern after that stoppage with the ball going out of bounds. About midway through this first quarter, Montclair State leads 2-0. What's been going right for the Redhawks so far?
Their offense has been incredible so far. I mean, Ryan Verbuchen has been the name of the game so far with 2 goals, and he almost had a hat trick on that shot that just was a little bit wide. But a good look for him again. On the other side, though, the defense has really been working well, and it might just be the pressure that they're putting on them, but the Pirates have not been able to make an accurate pass at least 2 in a row.
Yeah, we haven't been really able to say McDonald and Strouser and Caldwell's name the three-headed monster for this Southwestern team. Haven't really been able to talk about them much because, like you mentioned, they really haven't been able to hold the ball. You've seen passes that are going a little bit too far out, and it could just be adjusting to this this Montclair State team, just getting used to them. Because this is something that has kind of gone onto the radar, but this is a Southwestern team that is from Texas. They've been on the East Coast these last few days trying to get – that's 2 different time zones. For them right now, it's probably like 1 o'clock.
2 different time zones, 2 different weathers entirely. I mean, you're going from nice, warm to freezing cold.
It looks sunny, but trust me, it is freezing here.
Windows closed. I got my hoodie on.
Yeah. It's a necessity. Necessity?
Bingo.
There we go.
There you go. He got it.
Charm. That's not going on my reel. So Montclair State will have possession in the half field. 52 seconds left on the shot clock. John Crank spots up next to the ref. We get to go. Lewandowski. Good passing, quick passing by Montclair.
Quick and accurate. I mean, this is what we haven't seen from the Pirates team. They're not able to make these many passes. They're able to get it back at midfield.
Inside, just over the crease, and another goal. Jackson Simmons, the sophomore from Maple Glen, strikes for the Red Hawks.
The sophomores are taking over today on senior day, putting a little bit of a spoiler.
All 3 goals scored by sophomores, 2 by Verbuchen, 1 now by Simmons. And Montclair is having their way against this Pirates team. 6.5 to go in this first quarter. Assisted by, yes, you guessed it, Ryan Verbuchen.
He's putting his name all over this game. It's early still.
Now Verbuchen is tied for most assists on the team with 11 with Jack Cleary. Pirates. Quick possession and a quick save by Brandon Shevins. Shevins going out of his cage. And now we got some space for the Red Hawks. A shot from deep. Goes wide left. Shot from midfielder William Burge.
Nobody around on that play. Wide open look.
The counterattacks working real well for the Red Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Going inside. And a shot. A fake from John Crank. Gets it in. They're cranking now.
Now his 13th goal on the season. This team has been incredible so far today. Wow. You love to see the offense really working and the defense really. I mean, this is a whole full game we've seen so far. In this first quarter, this is the team that we've been looking for in the last 4 games.
And they win the face-off. So they'll have possession again. Good stuff there from senior Lucas Novak. Get them another possession after the goal. And that's one of the most interesting things about Lacrosse. Shot from Aiden Maxwell gets deflected. It might reach half field. It does. Ground ball picked up. Whistle being blown. Possession of Montclair. Cade McDonald might have been over that midfield line trying to scoop up the ball. But it's one of the most interesting things in most sports when you see a goal scored or a basket made in basketball. The other team gets possession. They have the chance to retaliate. In lacrosse, you're not guaranteed the ball a second, right? Because if you score a goal, you have the face-off, and Montclair could score, get the face-off, and just keep rinsing and repeating. And that's what we're seeing right now in this first quarter. Jack Cleary. Good vision by the senior. Now it's Crank. Seeing some backdoor cuts. Open up space. 10 seconds on the shot clock. and it finds the back of the net. Another one for the Redhawks. It's Billy Burge. 5-0 Montclair.
Wow. Everything's working in their favor right now. This has been incredible.
Billy Burge strikes. Assist by Jack Cleary. Verbuchen tied Cleary for most assists on the team, and now Cleary one-ups him.
And now, with that 5th goal, they tie their season high with first quarter goals with 5. Last time they did this was against FDU, that 2nd win on the season.
Off to a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Can they do it for 15 minutes each time?
Exactly.
That's going to be the biggest question.
And especially when we're watching the later quarters of this game, Southwestern is going to find a groove.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to work? You never know.
And it can be easy to get complacent. There's a shot there. Going to the ground was Joey Prim, the sophomore attacker. But another good save by Brandon Jevons. Maxwell gets it in between the hash marks. Maxwell operating on the 30. And this is a Montclair State offense that you see a lot of off-ball movement. Right? When somebody like Cleary has the ball right now, usually the other 4 or 5 attackers aren't just sitting and waiting for the ball. You're seeing backdoor cuts right there made by Lewandowski. Lewandowski, you're just right next to the goalkeeper right now. Got to look out for him. Mounier. Now to Crank. And watching this offense is watching a poetry in motion. So smooth. Lewandowski going to his right. Now it's Mounier. Back behind the goal is Verbuchen. Crank. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Lewandowski. Crank. Crank shoots it off the kneecap. Oh, Will Walsh. Montclair keeps possession. Flag is being thrown. Looks like Mounier in some pain over on the 20-yard line. As the referees are discussing, 2 flags were thrown. Both saw the disruption. We await the word. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So it looks like we're going to see a Pirate in the box for 30 seconds. For that interference. Cleary. Mounier thought about it. Good to see him up and at him. Montclair has numbers off the helmet of Will Walsh. This is their opportunity to strike up a man.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Great shot, but saved again by Walsh. Ball is on the ground. Who picks it up? Still on the ground. Physicality. And the Pirates pick it up. Lose it. And Montclair gets a turnover. Can they capitalize?
You'd love to see him put one more on the board, just a little bit more cushion.
Inside. The 6th of the day for the Redhawks.
That's a great cut inside. Finds an open lane.
Carter Finnan, the junior, finds the back of the net.
And now they're season high on senior day. 6 goals in the first quarter.
Not much Walsh could have done there. As you see the replay. Finnan Could breathe on him with how close he was, but not too close. Can't go past that crease. 6-0, under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. It's a perfect quarter for the Redhawks thus far. Another shot at back of the net. Aiden Maxwell, the senior. Upper 90.
Incredible.
A laser beam. That might have went through the net.
Wow.
Maxwell trots off as the Redhawks lead 7-0 here in this first quarter.
And just like you said, Matt, rinse and repeat right there. Able to get another shot opportunity.
Shot that about 12 yards out. 23 seconds separated that goal by Finnan to Aiden Maxwell. Jack Cleary assisted Finnan. David Driscoll assisted Maxwell. That's Maxwell's second goal on the year. William Burge. He's found the back of the net. He has it now on the 15. Looking towards Verbuchen. We'll give it to him. Scoops it up. Nice pick.
Work at Dairy Queen with those scoops.
The upside down. I love when they do that. The blizzard.
The blizzards.
It's like, yeah, that's good thickness right there. Verbuchen shot goes wide left. Montclair would be close. Gets possession. What's your blizzard of choice?
Blizzard of choice. Ooh. I haven't been to Dairy Queen in so long.
Really?
Yeah, but
That's a staple
cookies and
for
cream.
me. Yeah.
You gotta go with it.
The Oreo with the vanilla.
Oh, it doesn't
Elite.
get much better.
Elite.
Nice summer day.
Looks can be deceiving because that would sound really good right now if it was about 50 degrees warmer.
Maybe in Texas.
Maybe in Texas. Burke inside. Shot going to the ground. Burke will get the assist. And Luis Zara tallies himself a goal as Montclair offense cannot be stopped right now. 8-0 here in this first quarter. 18 seconds left.
And you can imagine now you're going to really need to find a groove fast if you're Southwestern. You got to get into motion, really find what's going wrong on defense. The turnovers have been huge on offense, but you got to find a way to start making something happen.
Ground ball's picked up by Will Ginch. And look at the wheels on Ginch. Flying past defenders. Looking to get inside, loses the ball. And the Pirates scoop it up. 2 seconds left. And that will end the first quarter here at Montclair State. And it has been all Montclair State so far here today.
They tie their best quarter, not first quarter anymore, but their best quarter scoring-wise with 8. Incredible. And a shutout quarter here, 8-0. It's not just 8 goals scored for Montclair. Everything was working right in that first quarter, the defense, the offense. Now you have to see how that translates to not just to the second quarter, but to the rest of the game. You want to see it rolling just at as much of a high pace as we saw that first quarter.
Southwestern's going to make some adjustments here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we look back at the stats for that first quarter, Southwestern had that first possession. They got a shot on goal, and it seemed like, all right, this is going to be a team that is probably going to be able to put the ball in the back of the net relatively easy because, 20 seconds into the game, they were able to get shot on goal. That was their first of 3 to come in that first quarter. 4 shots in total. And on the flip side for this Montclair State team, 16 shots in the first quarter, 12 on target, and 8 found the back of the net, going along with 8 assists. And it feels like Oprah right now. You get a goal, you get a goal, you get a goal. Everybody's finding the back of the net. John Crank has 1. Finnan has 1. Verbuchen's got 2. Azara just got 1. And Maxwell has 1 as well.
Spreading out the goals. And it looked like early it was just going to be the Verbuchen game.
Yeah.
But spreading it around town a little bit, giving everyone a piece of love.
It was a sophomore fever for those first 3. And the face-offs, there's been 9 face-offs so far today. Montclair has won 6 of them. They're able to score goals and then be able to pick up the ground balls real well and win those faceoffs, which are shown to be important. As we get the first one of the second quarter here, Matt Boucher, Vincent Picone on the call for the Red Hawk Sports Network. Glad you're with us as we get set for more action. Didn't talk a lot about Brendan Shevins, just save, which he has done so far today. Has 3 saves today. 0 goals allowed, as you can see on the scoreboard. 8-0 to
Big
start
Easter
the second
egg right
quarter. Oh, Easter egg. That's next week.
Easter egg.
Do you do like the Easter egg hunts, where there's like candy and there's a bunch of eggs floating around a field and it's like a race?
You want to know what? I used to do it, and then the Easter Bunny put a peep in one of my in one of the Easter eggs, and the next morning when I went to go look for it, I opened it, and there was ants infesting every Easter egg.
Oh, so never again?
Man, it was rough. It was rough.
Well, Montclair State is finding all of their eggs with success today. 8-0 as Southwestern is able to get possession here. Under 14 left in the second quarter. A good spin move by Gabe Morgan there. Though they turn it over. Now Montclair's got the counterattack, which has been potent so far today. Looks like they are going to slow it down just a tad. Inside. Crank. Back of the net. 9-0 Montclair State. John Crank finds another goal.
Crank it up a notch with that one. Number 2 for number 1 right there.
And if you hear that, they have the sound over every single goal. In the meantime, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, this song was in it. And ever since I heard that in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's my number 1 listened song.
It's so good.
It
really is so good.
It's music to my ears, literally, every time Montclair State scores. 9-0, 13 and a half to go. Southwestern wins a desperately needed faceoff, but lose possession. Ground ball picked up. Montclair State, the long stick defender Patrick Burke throws it upfield. Hits Crank.
It looks like every time that the Pirates are starting to move a little bit, they get shut down immediately by themselves mostly.
Cleary over to Crank. Jack to John. Cleary's got it in the X position. Dangerous territory. And another one. It's 10. Double digits for Montclair State. 17 and a half minutes into this game. They have 10 goals.
They didn't score 10 the entire losing streak. They get it here. Everything's really working in their favor right now. Maybe it's the multicam.
It was Cody Cooper
cameras
there. He had 2 assists and now gets his first goal of the day. Could be the multicam. It could be that this team is finally starting to click.
Yeah, and you can imagine everybody's working as a team right now. I mean, it's not just one person taking charge.
I said Oprah before.
You get a goal, you get a goal, you get a goal. Southwestern, you get nothing.
And so it was going to take some time for this Montclair State to find their footing. Looking back at last season compared to this season, when you lose the prowess of the McCreary brothers, Tyler McCreary, Mike McCreary, 2 guys that are absolute studs for this program. Losing both of them, Joe Covino graduated, no Matt Dansix. Those are all guys that have 27 goals, 24 goals, 20 assists, 22 goals, 30 assists, and McCreary 39 goals, 35 assists. So when you lose all of that offensive firepower, you're going to have a little bit of a down start, right?
Yeah.
So to be able to show what you're capable of, 10 goals in these first 18 minutes, it's got to be a positive outlook for the season. Southwestern now operating. It's a good shot attempt by Matt Caldwell, one of the senior attackers from Texas. looking at the Southwestern rosters, the diversity is interesting compared to Montclair. And you see Texas, Alaska, William Howell's from Alaska, Texas, Washington, Texas, Massachusetts, Maryland. And you don't see a lot of those states from the roster on Montclair State. It's a whole lot of New Jersey, got some New Yorkers, got a little bit of Pennsylvania and Delaware.
Yeah, I think the farthest state is Delaware on that one.
But I mean, it's a tough trip to make from Texas and have to play 2 lacrosse games in the span of 3 days in unfamiliar territory. So we're just going to see this Pirates team work hard and try and close this gap as Montclair is going to look to extend it. Pass inside. Goes to the back net. And Pirates will take possession.
And it's very impressive how they go from the big loss against Southwestern, and they really haven't been able to translate here either.
Flag thrown just in front of the crease. Was a shot attempt by Chris Stefik. Now this game right now, it's like Montclair State lit a candle and has not let Southwestern blow it out once so far.
Yeah.
They're protecting it, they're scoring, and they're doing a great job so far today.
I mean, it's like letting a match in a dry forest right now. The Redhawks have been on fire.
Houts over to McDonald. Swandale. The pass inside. And the Pirates strike. 10-1 now. Trail by 9 after the first goal of the day. They break through that tough Montclair State defense and get a much-needed goal by Matt Caldwell.
Yeah, and finally on that opportunity, they're able to find their slot down low, able to get to the goal a lot easier on that play. You see that they're kind of adapting to the defense that Montclair State has. You just wonder if it's already too deep of a hole for them, even though we have a little over 2.5 quarters left.
24th goal scored by Caldwell this season. As Southwestern, it looks like they'll have possession here. And we've seen Montclair rattle off goal after goal after goal, 10 in a row. We talked about the momentum and how big of a role that plays. And the face-offs, being able to score and get possession right back, that's what the Pirates just did right now. As after that goal, they got the ball again. Can they follow Montclair State's footsteps and sustain multiple in a row? They'll turn it over as the ground ball is picked up by Darren Mayer, the long stick midfielder. Look out. Shevins made a little juke there. He's crossing the 30. Long pass over to attacker Ethan Mounier, or midfielder Mounier.
And as we know, I mean, Texas is a long ride, but when you play the men's team here, and of course Kane also, men's lacrosse team, both play in the calc, which is the one sport here at Montclair State that doesn't play in the NJAC. And that's just because of how dominant they were in the NJAC, that them and Kane both needed to be moved. So you get to see a lot of different teams, a lot of fun, exciting teams that come here in Montclair.
And as of right now, it kind of seems like they've been given a tough hand, right? Montclair State currently has paper, and Southwestern has paper, and Montclair State has scissors. It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it does. Sometimes you face a rock.
I, as I was walking here, saw the Southwestern bus So I would have assumed that they would have flew out here, but if they drove, that is a hefty drive.
I gotta be honest. I've
you
driven
drove. You
from
drove
Texas.
over spring break, pretty far.
Yeah, not that far though. I mean, we came, me and Connor Cupin and Anthony, or not Anthony Cupin on the drive. Me and Connor Cupin, both interns, drove from Port St. Lucie all the way up back to New Jersey.
Wow. Yeah. So if you thought that was a drive, and think about what Southwestern had to do.
I've done the drive from Texas before, but it's taken me like weeks.
Yeah. And it's tough. Now imagine that drive and then having to play 2 lacrosse games in short days following within. But these are the road trips that unite you as a team.
Absolutely.
Some of my best memories are going on far trips with my club volleyball team. Like you really feel more of a bond, and this is a team that can definitely bounce back.
It really does
deficit.
bring you together. I mean, that is such a great point.
Montclair passing around 50 seconds on the shot clock. Mounier. Sebastian Graziano, the junior, is in. Shot saved. Deep shot taken by Mounier. And a good save there from Will Walsh, the sophomore goalie. Quick little move by Gabe Morgan there. As he waits for some fellow attackers to join him on the pitch. Field. This isn't soccer.
No.
Could you still technically call it a pitch? Or is that just baseball?
I think it's just baseball. I hate to break it to you.
Soccer field?
This can't be used as a soccer field.
A pitcher in like a thing that you pour beverages out? And the Southwestern strike again. 2 goals for them, trailing by 8 now. Midway through the second quarter, it's that momentum, Vincent. They pick up 1. They start getting to a groove. And this game's not over yet.
No, not at all. They're able to, steady them a little bit now, digging themselves back up, putting a little dirt under them to keep on moving up the hole.
And Montclair is going to have to put the pillow to the side. Can't sleep on this Southwestern team right now. So a lot of game to be left. 10-2. Montclair's got possession.
No, listen, just like Southwestern, you got to keep your pedal on the metal there.
Montclair loses possession, picks it up. Can't get to it in time. Goes out of bounds. Southwestern turns it over. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. What kind of number are you looking at for the Southwestern team that, if they can get this many goals in these last 6 minutes, is there a number? Or are you comfortable going into the second half down 10-2, but you've got that momentum starting to pick up on your side?
No. I don't think 10-2
you want another or 2?
Even for I'm going to say 3. If they can get up to 5 goals, it's a hefty number. But you find yourself in this deep hole. Both of these teams can come back, and both of these teams have struggled to open up their season. If you can get yourself to 5, you make this a little bit more of a game.
Alex Hudgens was the goal scorer for the Pirates. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist today. There's a good snag there from William Burge. As they'll play it back and slow it down. Over 5 minutes left here, second quarter. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Bosque. Wants to talk things over. 10-2. We're seeing this Pirates team start to come alive here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. They're starting to make some moves, and this is what we talked about in the first quarter. You don't really want to get too comfortable, because if you do, this is what's not necessarily directly this, but more opportunities are going to come. And it's just part of the game. You're going to make more opportunities come and be able to really keep things rolling here. And the Redhawks, you'll find more opportunities for yourselves, but Southwestern has been able to find the little holes that they weren't finding in that first quarter.
Yeah, so Montclair had a 10-0 lead. We've seen Southwestern shorten that to 8 now. 2 goals. They've taken 6 shots in that second quarter. They only took 4 shots in the first, so that's a number that's starting to rise. 5 shots on goal. They made 2 saves. And we saw 2 minutes of penalty time for Montclair in that second quarter. Southwestern wasn't able to take advantage. Redhawks currently lead the ground balls category in the second quarter, 7-4. And Southwestern has committed more turnovers so far in this one, and that was one of the keys to this game was which team was going to be able to win that turnover margin. Right now, it's 9-8, so it's neck and neck. But if either of those teams cleans it up, is able to have full possessions of shots and having somebody in the X to be able to get the ball back and just continue to take shots, and that's what's been working for this Montclair State team so far.
Absolutely, and just like you said, they've been able to take advantage. If anything, the turnover ball Montclair has been winning it because they're taking advantage of their turnovers. Yes, it's a very close neck-and-neck battle, but we've seen Southwestern's only put 2 goals up on the board. They haven't really been able to put the exclamation point on that turnover.
So just over 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. 63 seconds on the shot clock for Montclair as they start with this possession here. It's Cleary. The shot deflected by Walsh. Great save by the sophomore. Ball's on the ground. Body's on the ground. Picked up by the Pirates. Long stick midfielder Chris Stefik. And defender, excuse me. Now William Howell slows it down. Ball. An errant pass there. But
that's what we've been seeing.
No
I
mistake.
mean, it has continued to keep happening. Even short passes like that, you're not able to corral it and keep it rolling.
Some room to run. Shot goes high by Matt Caldwell. And that was an interesting play design. They had Declan O'Donnell at the top of the key. A few defenders in the inside. Another shot by Strausser now. And this is what the Pirates need to do. They've taken 45 seconds so far. Shot inside. No good by Houts. Really good look just outside the crease. Dangerous territory for the Redhawks. Another shot by Hudgens now. Goes wide left. Taking 3 shots in the last 30 seconds. Coming up empty on each one. Montclair's defense holding strong. O'Donnell. McDonald's the leading goal scorer for the Southwestern team. It hasn't gotten a tally one yet. Looking for him inside. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And it's a violation. The Redhawks holding strong on that possession. Much needed clean sheet there.
On that play, you really you got to be able to just take the shot. Even if it's not a good shot, you got 5 seconds left on the clock. You have to make a move. You can't just start trying to find the open gap.
I think if the Pirates get 1 or 2 here, they set themselves up for to have more success in that second half. As you mentioned, an 8-point lead is tough to come back from, especially because this Montclair State team is not going to get complacent. They're not going to just sit back and watch the Pirates' offense go to work. Montclair State is probably going to be able to find the open net, the back of the net a few times. The shot inside, deflected by a few defenders. Ground ball's picked up by Patrick Burke. Long pass to Aiden Maxwell. Goes over his head. And now McDonald will slow it down. And another turnover from Montclair State. It's their 9th today. Will the Pirates be able to take advantage?
Absolutely. And you just got to slow things down if you're Montclair. You do have an eight-goal lead with 2 minutes left in the half. Going into the locker room, maybe a couple things you want to talk about, but this has been a really good game. You don't want to spoil it right at the end.
Screen used by Houts. Prim gets it back. Houts spinning around. Shot. No good. But having McDonald operate in the X position, they'll get another chance. McDonald's dangerous. Going to his right, passes it to his right. It's Hudgens. Hudgens, 25 seconds on the shot clock. Hudgens, couple fakes, gets it to McDonald. Bringing it back. Now Prim. Prim, Hezzy's right, goes left, spins back. 10 seconds now. High pass. McDonald unable to come up with it. Ball still on the ground. 7 seconds on the shot clock. McDonald's at half field. Gonna have to throw it. And we'll see another shot clock violation for Montclair State, or for Southwestern, as this Montclair State team continues to have success on the defensive end.
Nothing's getting through them. They're like the Berlin Wall.
Aiden Maxwell loses his stick, so Southwestern gets it. 36 seconds left to go before halftime. And we'll get a timeout as Southwestern will look to draw up one last play before we go to halftime. So 10-2, Montclair still leads. These last 6 minutes, it's been dry. No goals have been scored. Both defenses are starting to get comfortable.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've both been working, and Southwestern's had their opportunities for sure on the offensive end, and that's what they really lacked in that first quarter. And they've made the most of 2 of them. But if you can make the most of a little bit more, first of all, you're going into the half in a huge hole right now. 8 goals, most likely, or 8 goals or 7, depending on how they come out in the next 36 and a half seconds. In that second half, though, you got to start making opportunities for yourself. You said it earlier, Matt. Montclair's able to move off the ball very well, and that's how they've made a lot of their shot opportunities. Southwestern struggles with that a little bit. We saw both shot clock violations. You're kind of working by yourself against the entire Montclair State defense.
In that second quarter, Southwestern, 12 shots, just 5 on goal. Meanwhile, Montclair, a little bit more efficient, 7 shots, 6 of them on goal. So Southwestern is getting the volume that they're going to need to be able to come back in this game. They doubled their shots, or tripled their shots that they took in that first quarter compared to the second. So they're starting to be able to make some more opportunities, like you said, that they're going to need. Just have to be a little bit more efficient with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 36 and a half seconds to go in this second quarter before halftime. Can Southwestern draw up something to find their third goal of the day before we go to break? O'Donnell working behind Shevins. It's McDonald. Houts. 13 seconds. Ball's on the ground. Clock will stop. Southwestern gets possession on the 20-yard line. 10 seconds. Got to be aware of the clock. Spin move. Crossfield pass. 3 seconds. Shot saved by Shevins. That was the opportunity for O'Donnell. Went for the ground shot. Comes up empty. And Montclair holds strong as we go to halftime, 10-2.
Yeah, and on that shot, you come close with it. I think Montclair is able to get away with that lucky one off the leg.
So 10-2 at halftime. And it did seem like Southwestern, especially in that second quarter, started to find the momentum that they're going to need in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned earlier, they had the volume. They found something that they were lacking in that first quarter. Just you want to put some more things together. It all hasn't really been working for them. if you can put some more things together, you can. I would hope that if the offense for Montclair stops here, you can see it on that shot, just off the leg on that one. If the offense for Montclair is to stop, 8 goals is still a deep hole for you. And seeing how you can come out of it, how you can really roll with the punches and work with it, it'll be a good fight for Southwestern.
Yeah. Are the Pirates able to come back in that second half? Find out in about 9.5 minutes for the second half action here at Upper Montclair, Montclair State University men's lacrosse action. Ahoy there, matey. We are back here for the second half at Montclair State, where the Redhawks are hosting the Pirates of Southwestern. 10-2 Montclair State leads. Vincent Picone, Matt Boucher here. Vincent, what did we see there in that first half?
Well, we saw pure dominance, especially in that first quarter from the Redhawks. Defensively, they were great. Only giving up 2 goals, both of which in the second quarter. They had a first quarter shutout. That's what exactly we were looking for to end this 4-game losing streak. On the offensive side, we saw them giving the love everywhere. Goals not just by 3 people. A lot of people getting on the board. A total of 8 different scores for the Redhawks. And for the Southwestern Pirates, they struggled. Passes were not on the mark. Turnover ball, struggled with that. And when they did get the turnover ball from the Redhawks, they weren't able to capitalize on it. However, the Redhawks were able to capitalize, and that's why they have 10 goals on the board to start the second half.
Now we'll see who comes out with this first face-off of the second half. Ball's on the ground, going towards Southwestern, and it's picked up by Gabe Morgan of Southwestern. He loses it. Montclair in dangerous territory. If they get it, they don't. Picked up by Caleb Sowell. Ball's on the ground again. Now it's LeBlanc. Turned over. Montclair gets it back. Messy half to the second half.
Pinball machine right now.
John Crank. Passing back for Cleary. Gets it to Crank. Crank going inside. The bounce shot is in. Crank finds the back of the net again. And it's 11-2. Montclair strong out of the gates this second half.
His 3rd goal on the day, and he didn't start off until a little bit later in that first quarter. I mean, talk about a day for him. 3 goals on the day, 4 shots on goal. He's been electric.
And that's more of what we saw in that first half. We see the faking up high, going down low, and finding the bottom right corner of the net. Now it's Cleary. High pass. Looks like it got bobbled. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by long stick defender Patrick Burke. Cleary. Cleary going inside. It looks like it was kick saved by Walsh. And picks it up.
But he almost had an identical goal to Crank's last one. The fake up high, try to go down low.
Southwestern turns it over again. Montclair on the attack now.
And now with a 9-goal lead, you have a lot of cushion to work with. Of course, the Redhawks don't want to take their foot off the gas.
And another goal for Montclair State. They're on fire right now. The Redhawks are red hot. It's John Crank again.
Have a day. Now his 16th goal on the year. And we really thought to start off this game, this was going to be the Ryan Verbuchen game.
Yeah, Verbuchen. Haven't really said his name much since the beginning. Saw another great shot by number 1, John Crank. What number would you be if you played lacrosse?
Lacrosse? It'd be number 0. What number would you be?
Number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to be
really
like John
that
Crank. Yeah. Good spin move, but gets tripped up. Is Houts. Stolen away by the Redhawks. Southwestern is not able to get past Montclair's 45-yard line. Stolen away now by long stick midfielder Dyson Kwan. He loses it. They were able to get past the 40, but not further after that.
back and forth and back and forth.
Inside, good passing, saved by Walsh.
But a really good pass down low. I mean, finds the open lane. Maybe if you take a little hesitation on that shot, then you find an open area.
Good passing, finds Crank just in front of the crease, goes wide. Montclair's having a lot of success with the quick passes. Cleary in the X. To Lewandowski. Gets deflected. Ball's on the ground. Body's on the ground. Flag on the ground. Everybody's on the ground.
It's a party. On the floor.
Southwestern will have possession here. Trailing by 10 right now. Strouser. Good passing and shots made. 12 yards out by Matthew Houts.
Nice shot there. Beautiful down low cut.
A much needed goal there from Houts. Pirates trailing by 9 now. Can they win the faceoff? Sebastian Graziano operating in the penalty box right now. Southwestern is up a man. They're able to take advantage in that one. Cut to single digits. Clary going to his right.
That's now Hout's 14th goal on the season.
Great shot there from Burge. Can't find the back of the net. Gabe Morgan able to hold on to the ball. Now it's Houts again. Gabe McDonald. Pirates taking it slow. Salcida saved by Shevins.
You see the quick trip there by Burge. You get an open opportunity, but Montclair still rocking, still rolling. Nothing's getting past them.
And a southpaw shot by Cleary goes wide right. Montclair will keep possession. Quick shot, just 20 seconds into the shot clock. Cooper thought about it. Cleary passing it around. There's Cooper. Cooper on the 29. Look for the backdoor cuts. There it is. Pretty shot, can't finish. The rebound is put in. 13 for Montclair State.
Racking them up.
Saw the back shot, turnaround. Got deflected, saved, picked up. And shot was made. Jack Cleary was there on the first shot. He racks up his number 10th of the season. Ball's on the ground as the lead is back up to double digits. Southwestern is going to have to do a little gambling here. What they have been doing hasn't really been going in their favor. Going to have to go all in here in the second half. Grant Campbell going towards the end zone. If this was football, that's a touchdown. Loses the ball. Picked back up. Just kidding. Still on the ground. Montclair's got it.
And they continually are able to do that.
Counterattack for the Redhawks. It's Maxwell. Cleary inside. Good pass. Can't come up with it. Is Lucas Novak. Great vision by the senior Jack Cleary.
Good try there. Just comes up short.
Intercepted by the Redhawks. But going to the ground was William Burge. They'll keep possession. They're playing it quick. Whistle's blown. Going to stop them in their tracks. They'll have possession around the 40. It's Crank. Crank under the wickets of Walsh. Finds number 14 and his 5th on the day.
Have a day. John Crank, just like his favorite song, Burn, 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 has been on fire.
Nice. 5 goals for him on 9 shots, 6 of them on target. Montclair's 35 shots in this one today. 25 of them being on goal. 14 of them going inside the goal.
And to put it in perspective on how good John Crank has been today, he has 5 goals today. That is the most in his Montclair State career. He formerly attended the University of Delaware. Last season, he had 4 goals in total in 6 games. Today, he has 5.
Wow.
Actually, earlier this season, against Penn College, had 4 goals in the opening day win. So already totaled.
So it looks like Will Ginch will spend some time in the penalty box. Southwestern will be up a man, but ball's on the ground as they looks like they turned it over. A little scuffle for it. Montclair able to keep it. And now they got numbers. On the counterattack, it's Cleary. Dangerous. The ball in his hands. Crank's got it. Montclair will switch out some defenders for attackers. Crank. Crank pulls it back. Diving forward. Simmons. Taking his time. Sees 3 defenders in front of him. Time is on Montclair's side. 14-3 lead midway through this third quarter. Simmons. Good passing. Quick passing. Saved. They keep it. The rebound. Deep shot. Top corner. It's in. Jackson Simmons finds the back of the net. 15 for the Redhawks today.
Incredible scoring from this team. I think we have a Jackson Simmons fan in the stands right now.
It's everyone.
Getting hyped.
Everyone's a Jackson Simmons fan here.
We're Jackson Simmons fans. They're Jackson Simmons fans. Southwestern's Jackson Simmons fans.
15-3. And get another look at that shot by Simmons. 15-3, 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. We're seeing similarities to that March 2nd game against FDU Florham, where Montclair State won 21-3. Right now, leading by 12. The offense is looking on fire today. In that game against Florham, Buchan had 5, Cleary had 3, Azara had 3, Simmons had 2, Jackson had 2, Mounier had 2. And is that another? That's another for Montclair State. 16. As I'm trying to read how many goals they scored against FDU Florham, they're about to approach that number here today. It's Billy Burge.
You got to figure something out if you're Southwestern. You just have to stop the shots from coming one way or another.
(16-3) now. Montclair State leads. Get another look at that shot. And the face-off. Ball's on the ground on the hash mark. Picked up by Anthony Caudillo. Caudillo charging. Gets struck. Ball's on the ground. Montclair comes away with it. Some speed being shown. Pass is made. It's Finnan. Finnan goes out of bounds, chucks it. Ball's on the ground, going towards the end zone. 2 defenders. Montclair keeps it, takes it away. Shot. Almost was being able to be made by Jack Cleary, but couldn't come up with it after the pass from Crank. Montclair so good at causing turnovers for Southwestern and getting immediate opportunities from it. Gabe McDonald passes it. Southwestern does not have numbers right now. Just 3 attackers with 6 defenders. Here come reinforcements. It's Prim. Swinging it around. McDonald in the X position. Caldwell loses it, and Montclair racks up another turnover. Deep pass. Great snag by Finnan. Finnan able to stay in bounds, tiptoeing over that red line, but a flag is thrown. They don't blow it dead, just giving advantage. Redhawks pressing forward. Burge. Cleary. Cleary, the playmaker, spinning around. The pass, the shot. Too high. Letting it rip. Good shot from Jackson Simmons. Midway through the shot clock, 39 seconds left. 16-3 lead for the Redhawks. 3.5 to go, and it looks like Declan O'Donnell will spend a minute in the penalty box. So Montclair not only up by 13, but now is up a man. Just 5 defenders for Southwestern. Montclair going to swing it around and look for an open guy. Cleary behind the net. Crank now. Mounier. Cleary. Shot by Mounier is saved. Ball's on the ground, though. Not out of danger territory yet for the Pirates. Cleary comes up with it. Mounier. Pass inside. Lewandowski. Back of the net. It's number 17.
That was a beautiful shot. Wow. On the move. Whew.
Gets
Can't
the
wait
pass.
to see that replay.
Gets the pass from his teammate and puts it in the back of the net. The Redhawks impressing here at Sprague Field. 2:37 to go in the third quarter. As we get another look at that replay, the pass inside, Lewandowski streaking to his right, finds the back of the net. All smiles for Montclair State today.
Everything's really been working in their favor. Defense has complemented the offense and vice versa.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of the defensive turnovers that they're causing, as we see one there, and seeing a turnover look to immediate offense for this Redhawks. Good dribbling there. Glary. Maxwell.
And it's important to know that shown by the passing game, they are not just chucking up shots, even though they have a 14-goal lead.
Good passing. Ball gets deflected after the shot was attempted. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Cleary. Got some space on the opposite side. Whistle blown, flag thrown. Southwestern. It's going to be... Looks like might see some more penalty box action. For this time, it's 2 players on Southwestern. So dangerous territory now. So 2 defenders are going to be in the penalty box. Just 4 defenders now. Montclair passing it around. It's Crank. Crank going to his right. Saved by Walsh. Picked up by Southwestern.
Creative shot idea right there. You got this high of a lead. You got a lot of time to work with.
Ball goes out of bounds. Seeing that replay. Great save from Will Walsh. Hudgens taking his time. Clock is running. Waiting for that penalty to run out. So now they'll get those reinforcements. Have a full attack mode. Joey Brim passing it around. Brim gets it back on the 30. Deep shot taken from Hudgens. And Shevins just chucked it knowing the time was about to expire. And that will do it for the end of the third quarter. Montclair State leads 17-3 in this one. Vincent, it's really been all Redhawks today.
It really has. It's been an impressive show for them. I wonder how their approach changes here in the fourth quarter, where I hate to say it, but I feel like the game was pretty much won. 14-goal lead.
Yeah, for this Montclair State offense, I mean, we're seeing it all. We're seeing the jab, we're seeing the kick, we're seeing the hook. It's really on all fire right now. This Montclair State offense. Crank's got a goal, or got 5, I should say. Lewandowski's got 1. Burge has 2. Simmons has 2. Cleary's got 1. Finnan's got 1. Vierbuchen's got 2. Hazara's got 1. Cooper's got 1. And Maxwell has 1 as well. It looks like 10 different players have tallied goals today.
Incredible.
Yeah,
And
my
one of
math
the
is correct.
guys who's only tallied 1 goal, Jack Cleary, has racked up 7 assists. Incredible. He had 6 to start off the year and hasn't reached that mark since, but what a showing.
And if you are Southwestern trailing by 14 here, going to this fourth quarter, what is coach saying to the players right now?
You want to leave no chips on the table. You want to really give it all you got. It's hard because you are down by so much, and it's kind of an uncomfortable place to be, but the more you can work with it, the more you can find the open shots, get open looks, the easier it is to really, make improvements. It's not just, oh, we lost this game, it doesn't matter anymore. It's we can make improvements here in the fourth.
So up by 14 as we start this fourth quarter. We get a face-off. It's going to be Ryder Volker for the Pirates. But an illegal start will automatically give possession to the Pirates. William Howell. And it's been a long road trip, I can imagine, for this Pirates team. How long is that bus ride from Texas to New Jersey? Over 24 hours, right?
Absolutely over 24 hours.
Because Florida's like 24 hours.
Let's say Texas. Let's just look up Southwestern.
Southwestern in dangerous territory right here from Montclair State.
It's a 25-hour drive.
That is a long drive.
It's a 4-hour flight.
Have to imagine they'll stop a few times and
Stretch your legs a little bit.
yeah,
Maybe go to a Wawa.
maybe play some more lacrosse. Do you think they know what Wawa is?
Do we know what Whataburger is?
We've heard of it.
Yeah.
Good shot there by McDonald. Comes up empty, though. Another good save by Shevins. Montclair State now on the attack. 43 shots. Make it 44. As it has been all Redhawks here in this second half. A very impressive third quarter. 7 goals to Southwestern's 1. And they've taken 20 shots there in that third quarter. Only had to make 2 saves. It's Crank. Going to his right. Shoots it, but gets hit while going through the motion. They'll keep possession. Good screen there by Finnan. Cleary going to his right. Spinning around to his left. 2 defenders now. Getting jabbed by Stefik. The pass to the X. Another shot there. William Burge has a shot clock violation. Rings. Southwestern will take over. Flag is on the play, though. Over on the 9-yard line. So it will be a slash on Chris Stefik, and he'll spend a minute in the penalty box. So Southwestern will be down a man again. And for Montclair State, this has been a program that has a farm of just really good talent. Like we've seen the talent come in and out year by year. Guys come onto the scene and have really made big impacts for this team. Good shot there from Simmons. Simmons is one of those guys, one of the sophomores that has scored today. And this is a Montclair State team program that's definitely looking up for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. We're looking up for the rest of the year and looking up for even next year, too. You getting these guys another year. Of course, we're losing a lot of great talent, which we saw here at the Senior Day appreciation. But it's such a fun team to watch, especially in the next couple of years. And
shot by Crank. And he cranks it again. 18. Montclair State leads by 15.
number 6 for him. Is there anything that's going to stop John Crank right now?
No. It's a double hat trick for him.
Don't see those numbers every day.
Chippy play there. Just received word that Southwestern will not be taking a 24-hour bus ride. It will be a flight. Glad to have that cleared up. Appreciate it, Christine Bauman. I definitely was concerned. I just did a 10-hour drive over spring break to Myrtle Beach, and that was exhausting. So I couldn't even imagine a 24-5-hour. And a good shot there from Cody Cooper, putting in the back of the net. 19-3 now.
It's still a 4-hour flight.
But I mean that's a movie and a half.
Exactly. Get the coop in a little bit.
All right.
Take a nap.
Theoretical.
Okay.
You're on the flight.
Okay.
And you got a 4-hour flight ahead of you. Okay. First movie that you put on. Or are you going TV show? Because 4 hours isn't enough for one full movie unless you're watching some crazy documentary that's 4 hours long.
But let me tell you something.
I'm listening.
I'll watch a movie and take a nap.
Nice. That's a good call. Or do you go nap first and then movie?
No, because I don't trust myself that I'm going to wake up.
Fair.
It depends what trip I'm going on, but like if I'm with the guys, you got to watch The Hangover.
That's a fun one. I really like The Batman that just came out.
Ooh, I just saw it with my brother.
Because that will take a chunk out of the flight. That's like a 3-hour movie. Finish that, and then you got an hour after that.
It's just too long for me.
Yeah.
The minute they catch the bad guy, and then they're like, and now we're going to flood the city. It's like, come on.
Too long?
Another half hour for me.
I need more.
We'll get more.
The Batman 2 just got pushed back a year. It was supposed to come out next year, 2025. Now it's 2026.
This is heartbreaking news.
Yeah, you heard it here first, I guess, on the Red Hawk Sports Network, and that's a goal for Aiden McNulty. 4th one for Southwestern today. So this trip that Southwestern is on, it's we talked about it before that it brings the team closer together. You have the camaraderie. You get to go to Kane. You get to see some colleges that you've never been to, I can imagine. Yeah. I can't imagine many of these players have been to Montclair State before or Kane. So they get to see a good chunk of North Jersey. I'm sure they've stopped at some places in between today and when they played Kane just a few days ago. And so it's good experience for these college players to be able to go out and see, some of the world that they're maybe not used to.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the best part about college. You really get to see and travel. Obviously, the game results up to this point have not been in their favor, but you get to see the world, and I think that's what it's really all about. I mean, we're lucky to be right next to the great city of New York. So anybody who visits here, that's always got to be a stop for you.
Montclair getting closer. Some guys on the ground. Has got 8.5 left in the fourth quarter. (19-3). This will look, unless we see 16 goals in 8.5 minutes, it looks like this will end the Montclair State losing streak. We'll stop it at 4, and we'll improve to 3-4 on the year, just one game below 500. We get closer and closer to conference play,
which is the most important time, for sure.
Get this game against Southwestern. They play on Wednesday in Chester, Pennsylvania against Widener University. And then it's CLC action. They'll take on Christopher Newport here, home, Sprakefield, next week, March 30th on Saturday. And then we'll travel all the way to Fredericksburg, Virginia against University of Mary Washington the Saturday after that. And then we'll be back home for the next week practicing and taking on Stockton University down in Galloway, New Jersey. Followed up by Kane University, who this team saw not long ago. Montclair will see them April 17th. They look to be really good so far this year. I believe they're 6-3. They beat Southwestern 24-3, 24-8. Just a few days ago. And then Montclair will finish their season against Salisbury April 20th, Saturday in Maryland. Maryland's
a beautiful state. The women's lacrosse team was there over spring break. Yeah.
I went to a Baltimore Ravens game.
Oh, wow.
Last year, so I did get to see a little bit of Baltimore. I heard they got a really good aquarium.
So I've heard. You want to know, actually, who went there? Somebody went there. I think Thomas Gaffney Jr. went there. My former roommate.
What do you like better, aquariums or zoos?
Matt, you were asking some hard-hitting questions today.
That's what I'm here for.
I gotta go. That's a good one. But some zoos have aquariums.
Name one.
Turtleback Zoo.
Good, nice. I'm going to go there. Name one because I want to go there. Aquarium and zoo. What else could you ask for?
Now, the aquarium part's very small, but Turtleback Zoo is goated.
They have goats?
And they have goats.
They literally are goated.
It's insane.
Nice glass of soda while you're walking around. You ever just crave like an ice cold like Coke?
All the time.
Yeah.
And you want to know what? Every time I go to the city, you get the $5 for $5. Two slices and a Coke.
Wow.
Incredible. Best deal in the world.
Yeah.
So I always get a Coke with my pizza is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
No. Or Coke with a burger.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Baja Blast with Taco Bell.
Oh, my goodness, Matt. So many good options you're bringing up here.
You know, I gave up soda for Lent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bless your soul. Incredible. What a guy.
I've cracked a few times.
Cracked.
Don't tell my mom.
I won't.
19-4, Montclair State leads. 8.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. It looks like we're about to be ready to continue play here. If you're just joining us, hello. Where have you been?
Yeah, seriously.
And Montclair State has had a lot of success in the back of the net today. 6 goals by John Crank. 1 goal by Brandon Lewandowski. 2 goals by William Burge. 2 goals from Jackson Simmons. And bear with me, still got some more to go. 1 goal from Jack Cleary. 8 assists for Jack Cleary. That's the first time I'm seeing that stat. That's insanity, as you can tell by the inflection in my voice.
And it's
1
his
goal.
career high.
Yeah. I mean, that's an insane stat. 1 goal from Carter Finnan. He's got an assist as well. 2 goals from Verbuchen that were early in the first quarter. A goal from Luis Zara. 2 goals from Cody Cooper. 1 goal from Aiden Maxwell. So Montclair has had a lot of success today in this home game against an unfamiliar foe in Southwestern Pirates. Some more physicality here midway through the fourth. Chris Stefik is already spending 1.5 minutes in the penalty box. It looks like he'll have a companion next to him. That will be John Crank, the leading goal scorer today. We'll take a 30-second breather in the penalty box.
Just calm the emotions in this one. Getting a little bit chippy, we've seen.
Now I can only think about zoos and aquariums.
Yeah, you want to know what? I didn't answer your question.
Yeah.
I think I would rather go to an aquarium.
Aquarium?
Really? Yeah. What about you? You're a zoo guy?
It's tough. It's certainly tough. I'm thinking I went to aquarium over spring break
Oh, how was it?
in Myrtle Beach. Very nice.
Mm.
They have some big sharks. It was really cool to see.
Oh.
And they have like a tunnel. So you're walking and like there's the tank is all around and all above you. So like you can like literally you're like right below the sharks.
That's
like,
so cool.
It's sort of scary because I've seen a lot of those shark horror movies.
Ooh.
And it's like you never know when one of those glasses is just gonna cave in. Thankfully it didn't. I'm still here.
We're very lucky.
And over the summer, one of my favorite things to do, South Jersey, Jackson, New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure, they have the Safari Adventure, and for $20 you get a ticket, and you get to take your car and drive through this like zoo safari type thing. I love giraffes, and the giraffes are always standing on the road, and I have the sunroof, so you get to see the giraffe right above you. It's so sick.
That's pretty cool.
Counterattack for Southwestern, and a goal is scored. Cade McDonald gets on the board. The leading goal scorer for the Pirates strikes. It was only a matter of time.
They keep chipping away a little bit. It just might be a little not enough and just too late. Too late for this team. Showing signs of life.
It's enough to have positive things to take away from this game and move forward to the rest of their season. And it's tough to prepare for a game where you go against Kane, you go against Montclair after a 4-hour flight. But to be able to get a few goals against a really good Montclair State team, it's certainly a positive takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Excited to see how it continues.
Favorite animal?
Favorite animal? Oh, man. Matt, you are incredible with these questions.
Excluding Red Hawks.
You want to... Oh. You should be a talk show host.
How about a game show host?
Oh, Tuesdays on the Red Hawk Sports Network with your host, Matt Berger.
And if you're a fan of Montclair State Athletics, you'll be a fan of the game show Not for me. I mean, maybe a little. But every show we have 3 contestants that are somewhat related to the Montclair State Athletics Department. Last show we had 3 football players. Show before that we had 3 coaches. This show on Tuesday will be 3 volleyball players. A shot there saved by Owen Torrey. But 3 volleyball players on Tuesday will test their knowledge about Montclair State sports.
Wow.
See how well they know their teammates, how well they know their other teams.
Teammates?
Yeah.
Really?
We'll see.
That's a good category. That might that can either make or break next season.
Yeah. Get off on a bad foot to end the school year.
I was on that show.
You were on that
for the
show.
first episode, and don't want to brag, but I came in second place with like negative 50 points.
Well, you'll still get a ribbon.
Yes. Yes. Second out of 3.
Just 5.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And if you're hanging with us, but you're also kind of thinking about that baseball game happening over at Yogi Berra, we got you covered. 4-0 Montclair State leads. Let's look at some stats here. Miles Feaster has got a hit and a run. Sam Angelo 0 for 2 today. Don't see that too often. Matt Kaliski with 2 hits, including a triple. As Montclair State currently leads 4-0 against Manhattanville.
That team is so much fun to watch. Really, just can put the ball wherever they want.
And their pitching has been phenomenal. Jack Havson, 3.1 innings in. Don't want to say a certain number about a certain stat, but he's playing well so far.
Oh.
3 strikeouts he's got.
Well, yesterday. Or was it yesterday? 2 days ago now. Sage Rizzi of the softball team threw a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And these spring teams have been a lot of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like every women's lacrosse game has been played in the rain. Shot there, scrapes the net, and finds the back of it. Sebastian Graziano spent some time in the penalty box and spends his time now getting a goal.
Number 20.
They're almost at their season high. We talked about it before. They were up 21-3 against FDU. Within striking distance there, just 4.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. If you're Coach Pasque and this Montclair State team, you got to be ecstatic with the way that this one has played out.
Absolutely. You just want to see how this one translates into your next couple of games. You don't want to take all the highs and just ride with them. You want to see, what kind of lows you had and where you can really improve.
Big collision at midfield. Flags being thrown, whistles being blown. Players being separated.
Getting very chippy with 4 minutes left. And also, on the other side of campus, softball's playing. And it's not just, or they're about to be playing at 1.
Nice.
And it's not just Connor Cupid on the call. It's Thomas Gaffney Jr. on the call for his first RHSN call.
Wow.
So proud of him.
Everybody's got to tune in for that.
Yeah, my former roommate.
You keep saying former. and there's an underlying tone to it. And I'm sure everyone else is also just dying to know what's the scoop with that.
So last year, me and Thomas Gaffney were roommates. I thought we had a fun time. Then he chooses Luke Sirianni over me.
Oof.
Luke Sirianni over me.
Fellow broadcast intern Luke Sirianni.
Yeah, some bad blood there.
So who's your roommate?
We were trying to get Steven Zos, who nobody knows because he's not in the SEM, like all of us. But we were trying to get an apartment, and at the idea we were thinking of Hawks, which is 2 doubles.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom knew Luke a lot more, and I knew Steven very well. So we had a good pair, and we kind of committed to those two. And we were like, we're going to live together. So it doesn't matter that we'll be apart.
Yeah.
And then we just didn't get Hawks. So instead, we just live behind each other.
Oh. Okay.
But still my former roommate.
Yeah.
Let that be known.
Will he be your roommate next?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So just former roommate for another 2 months.
Yeah. And we're going to the Phillies opening day together. So
sick.
Trying to heal that bad blood
that
was set last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, glad we can get that sorted out.
Yeah. But you can go listen to his call on the other side of campus. Double header action.
Those are always so fun.
Yeah. So much fun. Incredible. Electric.
It's a really nice ballpark over there. MSU softball stadium. Kanolski driving inside. Under 3 to go here in the 4th quarter. Carter Finnan. Good pass. Shot too high. As we get an incredible look right on the field. Players and referees right in front of you. Huge shout out to everyone a part of this multicam game. Able to put these broadcasts and these productions up every sort of week now. And it takes a lot of hands to put all this together. So we appreciate everyone that is a part of this and everyone watching at home. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. We'll get a timeout taken to discuss some final things as we head to these last 136 seconds.
And a little over a month from today, we have our big multicam game for baseball. That's going to be so much fun for everyone involved against TCNJ. And if I'm correct, TCNJ was also our homecoming broadcast, correct?
Believe so.
Yeah. So they get to see 2 huge broadcasts.
It's nothing against you, TCNJ.
No.
It just works out like that.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah. But if there's anything that we saw from the last broadcast where we sort of beat them by a lot, see if that trend continues.
Yeah, I'd like it to continue. It's senior day that day for baseball, alumni day, honoring the championship team.
Electric.
And BMO game. So we'll all be there. You get to listen not just to me and Matt Boucher's voice, but you get to listen to everyone's voice.
Wow.
Including Brandon Morazzo. And while he screams. My dad loves to listen to my calls. And every time he asks me, like, oh, who are you broadcasting with today? And when I told him I had baseball, he was like, oh, you better not be doing it with Maz. And I was like, why? And he's like, he's going to lose his voice screaming that it's ball 1.
That's funny. Yeah, and you can. So we just the other day he was going to see Stephen A. Smith.
Yes.
And Rowan. There's some similarities between Stephen A. and Maz.
They both get pumped up
a
lot, and especially you've been seeing the videos that have been circling around about like Stephen A. debating about the Cars movies. That would totally be a Maz thing.
I saw one just yesterday actually, where that's like the Ask Me section for Stephen A. They asked him who would win in a fight. The dads from or like the group from Family Guy or what's the other show? The old cartoon.
The Simpsons?
No. Anyway, he answered it in like a minute and a half, and just like it's funny how he goes in such detail about Like these things that people just randomly ask him about. Totally could see Mass doing that.
Now, listen here, guys. I hate to break it to you, but Family Guy has a clear advantage.
Sure.
Maz will argue you about anything whatsoever, but you know you got it, and he'll keep on going until you fall. But you know you beat him when he goes, sure.
Not even if you beat him, but if you make like just a valid point. Minute to go here in the fourth quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. So potentially one last possession here for the Pirates. Ball's on the ground. Henry Cool. That's a sick name.
Imagine being in like 4th grade and people asking like, "Oh, what's your name?" Logan Cool.
Henry.
Whoa. Oh, Henry Cool.
I think about his dad, Mr. Cool.
Oh, wow.
That was my nickname in high school.
Whoa, that's what they called him in high school. Mine was Pine Cone, which is so cool. So cool.
Mine actually wasn't Mr. Cool.
I bet they called you Mr. Cool. I bet they were just scared to talk to you because of how cool you were.
And also, they probably didn't see me. I was very short.
Yeah, I remember you told me this. A big growth spurt for you.
Yeah.
I'm
4 seconds to go in this fourth quarter, and that will do it. Here at Sprague Field, a 20-5 victory for the Montclair State Redhawks against the Southwestern Pirates. It was a balanced effort for Montclair State. The goals were flooding. The defense was a wall, the Berlin Wall, as you mentioned it before. Everything clicked for Montclair State today.
Yeah, and I should have said the Great Wall of China because it never came down. A perfect display.
The Berlin Wall went down?
Yeah.
When?
I hate to break it to you.
All right, anyway, we'll talk about that later. Anyway.
But a great display on both sides. We saw the offense was incredible, and only giving up 5 goals. You don't see this every day. It worked in their favor. The team really put a full effort together, and it works out perfectly. They break the 4-game losing streak on senior day. You love to see it.
A perfect senior day indeed. And that will do it for us here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Matt Boucher, Vincent Picone saying have a very, very great rest of your day.